more to
We need to get them to change that.
this came right from Representative Paul.
Yeah, we need to have some other wording.
Yes, suggest. I know what it's built on. Like HDR 6, and that'd be fine for me.
They have 20.
Constitution of the State of North Carolina. I need to be reminded. We hold it to be self-evident that all persons are created equal, that they are endowed by their Creator with certain inalienable rights, that among these are life, liberty, the enjoyment of the fruits of their own labor, and the pursuit of happiness. Brother, that covers the whole gamut. That covers it all. When you consider the pursuit of happiness, anything that makes you happy, you have. Exactly. As long as it doesn't interfere with someone else's exercise of liberty. The enjoyment of the fruits of their own labor, that's a right. At what point does the government have to say that they can take from you what you've earned by your own hands and not call it a right? Where does it start? Yeah, due process is absolutely the only way they can do it. But where does the government have the power to take from you what you've earned? Especially when it says you have the next fruit of your own labor. Can't find it. As a matter of fact, what I find is they can't. They can't. Life and liberty. I'm afraid we don't really understand those concepts very well. Sovereignty of the people. All political power is vested in and derived from who? The people. Who are the people? We are. We are. I don't care who wants to define it in any other way. We are the people. All government of right originates from who? The people. The people, from us.
What does that mean?
Is founded upon their. That means that if it's operating in wrong, or if it's committing acts that go against the rights of people, that go against our liberties, it becomes a corrupt and evil government, and it's not ordained, or it's not our government, and we are not the creators of it. We're the creators and the supporters and the originators of right government. If they're not doing right, and they're not supporting the right, then they usurp a power that they don't have. And that's where we're supposed to say, you can't do that. And we're not going to abide by it, we're not going to let you do it. It's founded upon their will only, it's instituted solely for the good of the whole. That's right government, for the good of the whole. If you are involved in a government that is taking away the liberties and rights and the fruits of people's labor, you're involved in a government that is not a government of right. It is a government that has usurped power and authority in violation of the Constitution, the document that frames its powers and authorities. I like Section 3. The people of this state. Who are the people? Have the inherent, sole, and exclusive right of regulating the internal government and police thereof, and of altering or abolishing their constitution and form of government. That is powerful stuff. Whenever it may be necessary to their safety and happiness. And I think it is necessary to both of them at this point in time. There's just no question that it's necessary. But every such right shall be exercised in pursuance of law and consistently with the Constitution of the United States. And that is what we're doing right here. This isn't a private secret organization. We're exercising our right to freedom of assembly, petition our government for redress of grievance if we so see fit. however you want to say it. And we can change our form of government, we can change our constitution. We have that right. We reserved it to us in this statement of the powers that government has nothing to say about. They are directly limited and under this document. This is what creates them. Okay. I like that. We were talking about due process. This is one of the biggest areas in the way it is dealt with in our state today and all across the country that affects us deep and almost every day. We just don't realize it. Due process and is linked to false arrest, false imprisonment, and the restraining of our liberties. And what has happened is the state government has decided that they can declare whatever they want to declare to be due process. They can declare whatever law they want to declare as being able to restrain your liberty for whatever purpose they see fit. They can pass a law or legislate a statute, however you want to describe it, and say that we are limited to what we can do. You have to come to us for permission to do it, and if you don't do it, we can arrest you for it. Now prohibited crime. It's a crime only because they say it is, not because in reality it is, or not because under common law, crime is only when you affect somebody's life, liberty, or property in a negative way, and you are infringing upon one of those three aspects of somebody's liberties. That is a well-known doctrine. It is, I'm not even sure, it might be a maxim of law. It is well understood. And what has happened because we have not trained ourselves, or not been trained, or not informed ourselves, or not studied, we don't know about it. And we think that the government, any legislation, any law or statute they pass, we are the proper subjects of that legislation. Many years prior to this, folks understood that proper subjects of legislation more often than not did not include the people because they were the sovereigns. It included those people who were operating under some privilege of government, or were involved in the government, or had some regulatable activity that had a radical effect on the public's liberty or the public's safety, which could be regulated.